Hello and welcome back to Kinda Hot, Kinda Healthy. It is a snowy Friday and we are here, me and Maddie. We're doing this. And of course, we were talking for like, I don't know, like 10 minutes before about what we want to talk about. And I feel like it's gonna be really good. It's gonna be good because I saw a pretty crazy TikTok and that's always good stuff.
Wait, I thought we were talking about the other topic first.
Mm.
Okay, that's in the following episode. That's fine.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay. Not that. Not
yeah.
that.
Yeah. So something funny happened, and I bring this up because Allie is always, when she has any like haters or just people that are like negative, it's
Oh.
always like peace and love, you know? And I like laugh because like to me, I'm like rage. Like I just want to rage all day. And
Rage,
I don't
hate, and violence and war and kill you.
yes, that is the definition of me. But like I can't remember the last time I got like a super mean comment. Like if I responded, I don't know. But it's funny because on I had a TikTok that I posted, like I reposted it, and it was like just like talking about like how are people having kids in this economy? Like it's a
Yeah.
genuine question, you know? Like I don't understand. So anyway, someone commented and was like, "It's none of my business. I just had one and I can't wait to have more." Like,
Great.
and I just said, "Love that for you."
Yeah.
Well, and she go and she's she goes, "That's a condescending answer."
Oh,
Like,
fuck you.
this is what I get for being like, I'm McAllie, peace and love. All I said
No.
was, love that for you. And I said, what? Because I'm happy for you? Like, sorry? Like, what?
Madison. Peace and
What?
love does not come with all the peace and love. It is like it is and if you know, you know. To the outside world, they're like, oh, okay, this bitch is like trying to kill me with kindness. But it's like peace and love, you're a bitch. With peace and love,
Mm,
you're a bitch. But,
true.
sometimes you just drop that peace and love. And whenever I'm shit talking, you're gonna hear it. Also, sometimes it's just funny to like troll on people with like love and kindness because they just get irritated. It's like they're almost coming to your
Yeah.
comment section to like look for drama. And it's like, bitch,
Mm.
you said my hair was greasy. Like, I know. That's why I need to wash it. That's why I was gonna wash it after the gym. But like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. Oh, just remembered. Turn down the volume on your microphone, like, I don't know, two notches maybe, because mine is all the way up. Like, there's
I
nothing
can
left for it to
also put
give.
this farther from my face because I talk
That sounds
loud. Better?
it's a yeah, yeah, it's okay.
You're like, bitch, you are
Um,
blowing out my ears right now.
well, I had my volume super freaking high, so it is probably my fault. Can we talk about, have you watched Love is Blind yet? The new season?
Okay, I am not a Love is Blind girly. I tried so hard and got so far.
No.
I am not. I tried it and it was the season with the guy that was like his eyes were like this.
Oh, last season and you gave
I
up
don't
because of him, of
No, no,
Zach?
no, 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 no. I didn't give up because of him. I just watched like two episodes and I was like, "Ugh, honestly, like I just feel like this is not for me." Like I don't really like The Bachelor or The Bachelorette. Like I only
Okay,
watched
that's
it
like
well, I only watched it during COVID. So I feel like
okay.
Love is Blind, like I'm not into the dating shows per se, but I know there's some drama. So give me the scoop.
Okay, if you have not caught up with season 6, and all the episodes are, but they didn't like get to the altar or anything yet. So it's, if you're up to date with season 6, listen. If not, maybe like just skip forward like a minute probably.
Skip to the next chapter.
Oh yeah, duh. I forgot about the chapters. Okay, where do I start? First question I'm gonna ask you. Okay, let's say you understand the concept of Love is Blind and the
Yes.
pods and everything.
Yes.
Personally, for you, would you rather get towards the end and have yourself two options or just have
Okay.
one option?
Ooh, two.
Why?
Because I don't know what they look like, right? Or do
Yeah,
I know what they look
obviously.
like at this point?
You should not know.
Okay, I don't know what they look like. Peace and love. If one of them is ugly, I'm like not to be shallow, but like you have to be attracted
But
to
you
somebody that
can't
you're gonna marry.
You can't you get engaged sight unseen.
Oh no. Okay. Oh fuck. um, then I guess one because how do I know? How do I know,
Yeah,
right?
just
So I
by
guess
talking.
I'll go with the one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, reverse. Would you, how would you feel? How would you feel if you're a woman on the show and the guy you're talking to is between two options? Would and he's like trying to figure out who he's going to propose to. Well, what would you do? What
Does
would you
he
do?
tell me there's someone else?
Well, I mean, you continue dating and pretty much by the end you kind of figure out like what other girl in the room is like seeing the same guy. It's hard
Oh,
not
because
to.
I'm chatting with the other girls and
Yeah, and they like kind of let it out and yeah.
I would be so upset, I think.
Would you leave?
Oh, would I
Es-
leave? Oh God. No, I wouldn't leave.
So you would let him like sit there and be like, I'm not sure which one, and then one day propose?
Oh shit. I don't know. I think in those types of shows though, you go fucking mental because like you're not allowed to have your phone, you're not allowed to communicate with the outside world. So, yeah, I feel like part of me would stay and be like, "No, this is my soulmate and he's going to choose me." I do. I
Yeah, I
do.
could
I
kind of
have
see
to be
that.
honest. If from this perspective, this alley, I'd probably leave, but inside that dating show in the fucking pods, I'm staying. That's my man.
Yeah,
What would you do?
I think I would have a hard time
Yeah,
like
oh, for sure.
being able to like accepting that I'm not the first option right off the bat.
Yeah.
Like I
Oof.
understand it's like a big decision, but like if you are really stuck between me and like some rando, like
Yeah.
then I'm leaving. Like I know I'm a prize, I know what I'm worth. Like I'm just like if you can't make a decision without basing it on, looks obviously, like I just couldn't. I couldn't. I don't think I
Mm.
could. I'd be like, okay, if it's taking you this long, I'm out.
Oh, that's brave. You are so brave.
Well, know your worth.
Well, I feel
So I'll
like
give you, oh, go
get
ahead.
sucked. Sorry, I would get sucked into
They do. They
the
do.
insecurity. I'd be like,
Yeah.
ah, I can't leave. I'm never gonna find somebody. This is my soulmate. So what is the scoop? What is happening?
Oh God, so cheating. Oh my God. Okay, so there's a couple. Okay. Ken and Brittany. Brittany? Yeah, Brittany, I think.
Okay.
I know Ken and Barbie, no. Ken and
Yes.
Kenneth. They're adorable. They are super religious, love God. He's a principal. I can't remember. Like they're just such a match made, like in heaven, honestly. They get engaged sight unseen, and then they see each other in person, and then they go on like their vacation, have a good time. The day they get back from the vacation with everyone, the day they freaking get back, she's unpacking, and they all go to like their own apartments that
Oh God.
the show gives them like an apartment for the 4 weeks. He's not unpacking anything. She's like, "Hey, hon, like, do you want the left side or the right side? Like, I'm gonna take the left side of this. What do you want?" And then she's like being nice and asking him, like, being considerate. He's fucking sitting on his phone like this, like the whole time. And I get he's a principal, he has work and blah blah blah. He doesn't get off his phone for 1 second. He's not unpacking anything, nothing. And I'm like, this is weird. And then she tries to have a conversation with him, just like, hey, like I am just struggling with this. There's something missing for me right now, and I don't know why. I'm just struggling. And he essentially gaslights her. Like he comes out of nowhere, essentially being so fucking rude. He's on his phone, puts it down, and then basically tells her, if you're struggling, this is not for me then. He breaks up with her. Literally, like the first or second day they get, maybe the second or third day they get back. And then she's crying because she's just like, what the? And she's such a nice girl, such a nice girl. He goes back on his phone. We good? That's what he does. And then he goes upstairs and the mic is still on him. And you hear, hey, buddy, yeah, I'll be there in like 10. He was planning this the whole time.
No.
Yep. Yep.
No.
I
Oh
was like, I did not see him becoming the villain. Did not.
my God.
That's not even the worst of it. That was the
So, okay.
smoothest of them
Okay.
all.
That was the smoothest. Okay, give me more.
Okay, another one, Jimmy and Chelsea. So Jimmy is stuck between two girls. One
Oh,
is one is very direct, so confident. She finally tells him that she has a child, and we can even talk about that, like when you're dating, like when should you have to tell someone you have a kid?
oof.
And
Yeah.
when he hears that news, he does not respond well. He does not take it well. He really much wanted his own kids. And then he wasn't, I mean, we don't know how much they're showing of the pods and them talking, but like a lot of the questions he should have asked her, he was like, well, I don't know if I can step in and be a stepfather. Why don't you ask her what she's looking for in that way?
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
was like,
Yeah.
duh. Like, so anyway, she tells him he does not take it well, and she's like, "Okay, well, I'm gonna give you some time to think about this." Like, I mean, I have a daughter; she comes with me. It's a package
Yeah.
deal. And so she's very direct, very alpha. That's one. Her name's Jessica, and on top of it, she's stupid gorgeous too, like
Mm.
stupid gorgeous. Then there's Chelsea, pretty in her own right. Obviously, the whole show bumps Jessica above Chelsea. It's not just
Okay.
me. They're all saying she's prettier. Like it's just she's prettier than both of us. I'll be factual. It's even the playing grounds. So
You are
Chelsea,
so catty. She's
oh
pretty in
Patty,
she's pretty in her own right. That's like
oh
saying
what?
that's like
But
saying they're nice. Oh,
okay,
oh, how was that date? Oh, he was nice. That is
I
code for
think she
was not
okay.
good looking.
I think she is pretty. I do think she is, but
Okay.
Jessica's like beautiful.
Gorge.
Jessica's
Like, okay.
like very, very gorge. And everyone says it too, so it's not like I'm making this
They
up.
gas
But
her up.
yeah, and Chelsea is she is very insecure.
Mm.
Very, 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 very insecure. And you can tell she just wants to be loved so badly.
Oof.
And
Oof.
She's talking to Jimmy, and she's also talking to this guy, Trevor. Trevor was head over heels for her, like in love with her, tells her how much he loves her. She never really reciprocated it back too much because as soon as she found out Jessica was also into Jimmy, it was almost like she was like, oh, well, if in my mind, this is what I'm thinking. Oh, well, if she's after him and he likes her, if I win him, right? It's kind of like
Oh.
it would have
Yeah.
been a boost for her confidence. And then when she kind of finds out she's competing with Jessica, she goes to Jimmy, has anyone ever told you you look like a celebrity? Remind you, they're not supposed to talk about this at all. And he's like,
Wait,
yeah,
wait, I saw this on TikTok.
yes. And he's like, I can't remember. We did get some information that he said who he looked like, but they didn't air it.
Okay.
But he was like, no, or yeah, I don't know what he said. He's like, well, who do they say you look like? And she was like, oh, well, it's just because of like the eyes and the hair, but like MGK's like girlfriend or wife, you knew who it was. Megan Fox.
Oh
She
my God.
And I could kind of see it,
No,
but like the feature, okay, maybe a tiny, tiny, tiny bit. The
no,
feature,
no, no,
okay,
no. I don't even know who this girl is. I saw that TikTok and I was like, Right. Yeah, okay." Like that's
yeah,
like me saying I look like I don't know, so, I can't even put into words. Somebody that I don't
yeah.
fucking look like. I'm sorry. With peace and love, what is happening? I want to live in
So,
delusion.
yeah, so when he hears that, he was like, Megan Fox, you could just
No.
tell, like he was, So, fast forward, he can't be with Jessica. She is too much for him in the best
Mm.
ways possible, like too confident, too secure. And he needs someone who's going to coddle him and really,
Oh,
really pine after him. And that's why he picks Chelsea. And
okay.
Chelsea, literally, they were both proposing, Jimmy and Trevor, the same day. She chose to go into Jimmy's pod room, not Trevor's. Trevor was going to propose.
Oh
And then
shit.
she goes into Trevor's room after, And I'm sorry, but if you just got engaged to another guy, you would be like way more like forthcoming, like, "Hey, I just got," but the way she said it, it was like leaving the door open. Like the conversation she had with him, J Trevor, after she just got engaged to Jimmy, was very much like, "Well, I can't give you all of me." Bitch, no,
What? You
you
just
just
got
got engaged.
engaged.
Exactly.
What?
And then so and he goes, "If I would have proposed first, would you have said yes to me?" She would have. She would have.
Totally, totally.
100% would have.
Oh
So
my
fast
God.
forward now, I know they show them living together. The poor thing is so insecure. She's just like, I need, like, she basically is like, she needs told, I love you, like every minute of every hour of the
Oh,
day, like kissed and so much physical touch. I wanted to like throw up, like, just, it's just insecure. Like, she's going to lose him because she just needs so much
she's
security in the
so insecure.
yeah, and no
Oh, that's not
confidence in
good.
herself. No. So it's you
Mm,
can just see it chipping away. And he's being so like honestly for how she lied to him about her looks and just other things, like he's being very like, you are perfect. I love you so much. Like I was surprised at how committed he was to it. I did
yeah,
not think he was gonna be that way, but he has been. You can see him slowly pulling back because he's like, this bitch is crazy. Like
yeah.
she needs to work on herself in that way. And I don't mean crazy in like a bad way. I just mean like it's just too much for him,
It's
like too
too
much.
much. Too
And
much.
so they show a little foreshadowing, and she's like, I know you slept with her. So he obviously cheats on her. Yes, yes,
Oy
yes.
vey. Oh my God. I mean, let's be real. Of course he cheats on her. This is
Yeah.
this is the craziest concept for a show. This like reminds me of this one TLC show, like Married at First Sight, and these
Oh,
people
love that show.
have never like, or maybe it wasn't that one, but it was some religious one, and like they've never like kissed. I just remember the preview. They were showing this couple that was like married, like they were walking down the aisle to see like their partner, and they kissed for the first time, and it was the most disgusting, awkward thing I've ever seen. Like they've never kissed another person, they've never kissed anyone, and now they're
Oh,
kissing
oh.
their future partner. I'm like, what the
What show
fuck
is
is
that?
I don't know. It was some like low key. I feel like it had like religious vibes, or like they were like two virgins, whatever. Like the concept what around it was. But I was like, oh my God, of course this shit isn't gonna last. Like, of
Yeah,
course. Like you
yeah,
don't know this person. You're in a controlled environment. And as soon as you get out to the real world, like you don't know this fucking person. It's
yep,
crazy. Crazy.
yep,
But
yep.
also love it. Like I love the drama. I love the tea. This is why we're watching. We're not rooting
I
for these people
know.
to last.
I mean, kind of, sort of. And then there's a couple other couples, but like I don't want to go on forever. But one of them,
Sure.
like he does cheat on her. She catches him. He's like, I sent you my location, but he put his phone in the car and he had his Apple Watch on still.
No.
He cheated on her with the girl he was in, but like he was like the last two options before he proposed.
Girl, not leaving the phone in the car just to like prove like, oh, that's where I want. You are such a
Yep,
dog. You are a
yep,
dog for that.
yep,
Oh my
yep.
God.
So
That is iconic.
I know. So I was like, oh, okay. But yeah, I love that show. I love that show so much.
You are like a diehard for it. I feel like
Oh,
you,
it's just
yeah.
I don't know, it's just so good. Like I love reality TV because I can't like guess what's gonna happen next. That's
Right.
why I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. You can't predict the plot necessarily because like the producers are in somebody's ear trying to turn all these things, and I'm just like, I fucking love it. It is brain rot and I'm here for it. People that are like, oh, I don't get reality TV, it's a waste of time, I'm like, shut up. Like, do you even love yourself? Because reality TV is like an escape. Okay, if I'm
Hmm.
having a bad day, I'm going to turn on my housewives, and I'm going to get lost in their bad shit, and it's going to make me feel
Yeah,
better. Sorry. It's true.
agreed. I wanna real quick. I was laughing at Allie because I saw a TikTok about the neurovirus and it is
Oh,
spreading. And Allie was like, I'm feeling sick. And I'm like, what did you do? And the neurovirus is like a really
mm,
bad stomach virus.
I spread it.
And and so I obviously work at home. My husband obviously works, he's out in the public. And I said to him, like, hey, this is norovirus is going around. Like, please make sure you're washing your hands like an extra bunch. And, I don't touch my face in public. I don't know how people like go around life and they're like constantly touching their face. Like, I don't touch my face in public because one, I don't want breakouts, and two, like
Yeah.
I don't want to pick something up.
Mm.
So anyway, I said to Joel, and I was like, hey, like, make sure. And he's like, what's that? I was like, it's a really bad stomach virus. He's like, I'm not scared. I've shit myself before.
Yeah. King. King.
I was like, you know what? You have.
I had neurovirus. I was telling Maddie when I was like maybe 15 or 16. I legitimately was like, this is how it ends. Like it was so bad. I
Oh.
was dying. My dad got it. My sister got it. I don't think my mom got it. She has like an insane immune system. That bitch ain't getting anything. And so I literally was dying. I think I told you this. I don't know if I told it on the podcast. My dad literally gave my sister and him laxatives because he thought it would get it out of their system better, more faster. Bitch, what are you doing? He goes, "Oh, you should try it. Like I heard this would help." Who? Who did you hear it from? I didn't do it because I'm not an idiot. My sister took some. My dad took some. What are you guys doing? We're already shitting our brains out from this fucking virus. We're vomiting. Like, you want to dehydrate
Uh-huh.
yourself more?
Uh-huh.
Ugh, it was awful. Legit awful. Don't get it. Don't get it. I 10 out of 10 do not
Oh.
recommend it. It was gross.
Yeah, I don't want to get it either. So,
No. And then one time after a colonoscopy, I did shit myself by
you
accident.
had a colonoscopy.
I've had three.
Why?
Cause they were the doctors. I had like four endoscopies, three colonoscopies, because they were trying to figure out like why I was having like so many GI issues, and I wasn't like showing up in blood tests that like being positive for like celiac disease. Um, so they did a bunch of like tests and like several like scopes and that sort of stuff. Um, and one time, my mom after was like, "Oh, do you want to go out like for breakfast? Like, are you hungry?" Because the anesthesia didn't really like affect me. Like, I was fine, like after an hour of waking up, whatever. And I was like, "Yeah, I'm starving, but like, I don't know." So we went to this place in Brookline and they have like so much gluten-free stuff. And I was like, okay. Um, we're standing, like putting quarters in the meter, and I literally crap my pants. I'm like, I was like, we need to go home. We need to go home. I am mortified. I am dying. And it's also really embarrassing when you get a colonoscopy, they like pump a bunch of air in you. So like
Ah,
you're not like farting like a like an actual fart, but it's like just all this air in your stomach.
ah.
It is awful. The prep is awful. The post is awful. Like, oh, it ain't cute. It ain't cute. Awful.
Oh, that just reminds me. Joel told me, I can't believe he didn't send it to me because I would have laughed. But he said he was on Instagram, like looking at reels, and
Yeah.
there was like, I'm just laughing thinking about it. There was like, there's like street cameras.
Yeah,
There was a street,
yeah.
there's a street camera like outside of like a what?
I don't know. I just know where the story's gonna go, and I'm obsessed.
There was a street camera like outside, like kind of like somewhere like maybe Italy or something, because like where they have a lot of outdoor seating type
Yeah.
situation. And this old guy was walking and he had like denim shorts on.
I
He's just like walking. I can't breathe. He's walking, and all of a sudden he's walking, and then he just starts seeing diarrhea coming down his pants, and then he just starts.
know.
And then he's running. And his running legs are like, why? It's just diarrhea. A diarrhea line.
No. 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 I would be mortified. I
Oh,
would be
I'm
dead.
crying.
That is
Oh,
that is my nightmare.
I know. And then he said it's just because like the shorts cut off and then just the legs were just diarrhea.
Oh
Like, oh God. I was
no.
laughing so hard. Like, I'm like, you can't tell me this story at like 9 o'clock. I'm trying to like go to sleep.
Yeah, now I'm like dying laughing. Now I need to see the video. I need
I
to
know.
experience it for myself. That is disgusting and horrifying and
Yes,
hilarious.
yes. I know. We could talk a lot about pooping ourselves on this show, honestly.
Which is that like a problem? Why is it so easy for us to just crap our pants?
Well, if I'm being honest, I've never crapped my pants before. Yes, claps. Never have done it. I have thrown up a bunch. Like there was some like illness going around, like, I don't know, 2 summers ago. Everyone was
Yeah.
getting sick, and Joel had diarrhea. I had vomiting anything and everything up. It was like bile was coming up. There was like, I
Oh,
would take a sip of water and like it was so
no. But
bad.
you can't drink water when you're nauseous.
Well, I mean, something. I was just trying to get like, I didn't eat for like
Ginger
days.
ale, Gatorade.
Mm,
Girl,
there was nothing.
that is the number one rule. No water
I,
when you're nauseous
I
or
didn't know that.
vomiting. Oh my God, it makes it worse.
Oh,
You gotta hit it with that ginger ale. Like when you're sick, saltines and ginger ale, like that is the cure. I'm sorry.
mm,
Like
mm.
that was it. Maybe, maybe, maybe I'm just so crazy and creative, but that is the cure. We need to know.
No, I
If
remember
you're
doing
nauseous,
that as a
you
kid.
too. You can't have water. You're gonna vomit everywhere. Gotta hit it with that Pedialyte, with that ginger ale, Gatorade. Like your nightstand has to have everything but water.
Yeah, comment, what are your go-tos when you're sick? What are you reaching for? Vicks rub? Anyone?
Oh, yep, yep. Love
Those were
that
good.
shit. Those are good. I have
Yep.
these little inhaler things from Thailand, and it's probably like a cotton swab in it, and then it has like whatever, like a vapor oil thing inside, and you just
Mm.
shove it up your nose, and
Oh
you just
yeah, I use those.
love. They are iconic.
I meant to ask, since your
Mm.
sister's been in Thailand for a while, she's probably shit herself or gotten sick, no?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just
Yes.
figuring.
Yes. Yeah. So they call it like Bali belly.
Oh,
And it's basically like if you have like street fruit or like street food or whatever, um, you can get like really bad diarrhea, vomiting, and all that sort of
that's
stuff just
Mexico.
because, right, just because it's like, there's some bacteria and stuff in the water that like you're just not used to. But
Mhm.
since she's been there, she's been, well, now she's in Vietnam, but she's been in Asia for several years. I think that only happened like once or twice because like you just don't eat ice when you go out. Like you don't get drinks with ice. Um, don't drink like the tap water. I think she brushes her teeth with tap water. But like
Mm.
you can, yeah, I think she's used to it by now, but yeah. And like, can you imagine having like diarrhea and you're out in public and some of the public toilets are like holes in the ground. So you have to like squat over them.
Ah, I mean, it's similar to Mexico depending on where you
I
are.
need a bar to hold on. If I'm squatting like that, I'm having diarrhea. Like
You're not giving birth.
I don't want to like fall into the like how big is the
Um,
hole? I'm scared.
Guess it depends.
Like the type like you are so sick you have to take off all of your clothes.
Oh God, that's the worst kind of sick. Oh, I haven't had that in a while, but that's like before I knew I was allergic to chia seeds.
Oh
And
shit.
there was like a 4 nut butter I would get from Costco, and it was so good. And it
Yeah.
had, or yeah, 4 nut. It had or 4 seed or whatever it was called, but it had chia seeds. It had all kinds of stuff in there. I'm like, this is awesome. And I kept getting sick after. I'm
Oh
like, why am I
fuck.
getting sick? And one time, like, I think I had that nut butter, plus I added more chia seeds to a smoothie. So it was like
No.
chia central in the smoothie. And I remember laying on the floor, like butt naked, like, my stomach just hurts so like I wanted to die. And it's like I didn't have to poop. I don't know. It was so bad, so bad.
Honestly, no safer place. Just like get naked, lay on the floor, and
And the
hope.
floor is cold, and you're just like, you
That's
know.
why it's the vibe. It's like
Yes.
I will be okay if I lay here
Oh,
dead. Yeah.
forgot to mention, guys, give me
New background.
the new background. I'm not in a hole anymore.
It looks 10 times better. Like,
I know. I am gonna put some like cute stuff up here. I have a really pretty painting picture of Mexico. Like one of the I think it's a not government building, it's a museum.
mm,
Probably gonna put that here somewhere on that dark wall. I'm probably gonna put some like wood shelves. I have ideas. I didn't want to commit to anything because like imagine if I put shelves up and then the couch was over there. So
yeah.
but let us know in the comments. Do we like it? Much better. Oh.
I think it's much better, especially because you have dark hair and like dark headphones. Like
Yeah.
you are just getting stuck in the void. I was like, Maddie, are you there? Are you there, Maddie?
And the only thing you see is like my eyes when I open.
Especially if the sun's like being weird and like it's like
Yeah.
being all
Oh yeah.
where the hell did you just go right now?
I don't know. Maybe we should talk about our topic for today.
Yeah, I think that's appropriate. Um,
Yeah.
okay, shapewear. Are
Yes.
we do we love it? Do we hate it? For yourself personally.
I'll be totally honest. When my sister was getting married, how many years ago was this? 3 years, something like that. I had planned out my massing, maintaining, and then cutting phase. So I would be like perfectly slim, trim, ready to go, feel great about myself. And
Mm-hmm.
then she changed the wedding to much earlier. So I was at peak massing, peak massing. I was just like, how much was I? 150 something, like a lot for my body, a lot. And I was like, I hate my life. And so I was desperately looking for like shapewear because
Mm,
I was like, I just feel like everything looks terrible on me. And when I gain weight, it goes like right to my stomach and my butt and my
yep.
boobs. So it's just like this is not good. Like it's not like, oh, you're curvy. No, it's like just all in the wrong places. Like
Yeah.
does not look great for me. Does not feel great for me. So I looked at shapewear. Could I find any that I end up buying? No, that I liked because the way my dress fit, it was low on my back, so like anything would come
Mm,
up too high. So in that moment, I was a strong proponent of shapewear,
mm-hmm.
personally.
Yes. Yes. I love shapewear. I think it is a gift from the gods. However, finding comfortable shapewear
Hmm.
that doesn't make you feel ugly is so hard and it's expensive because you want it to be comfortable one, so you're not like it's not too tight in your crotch, it's not giving you weird lines, but you also want it to be tight. And then it's like, well, if I'm getting like undressed at the end of the night, I also kind of want to feel like sexy. I don't want to like get my dress off or whatever I'm wearing off and then have this like shit all over me that like makes me look insane.
Hmm.
But I love shapewear. Like even at my leanest, I will wear shapewear because personally it just like makes things smooth and it's like adding a beauty filter in real life. And I am for that. I'm gonna
Hmm.
wear it and I'm okay with that. I love it. I just think, why the fuck not? But if it's uncomfortable, I will not wear it. Like it has to be comfortable or else it's like, no, this is gonna fucking annoy me.
Do you think, because I've seen some I would say like, pretty outrageous shapewear to where like
Mm,
you are like a completely different person when you put it
sure,
on.
sure.
Do you think it's almost like toxic to where, again, we are like pushing these ideals like, oh, you need to wear this so it shapes you into this figure because that's
Mm.
appealing to the
Because
masses?
okay, so like if you look a certain way and you wear the shapewear to look conventionally
Yes.
attractive, whatever. I feel it can be toxic 100%, but I also feel that it's your choice. If you are feeling not very confident in the body that you're in and this makes you feel more confident, then go for it. It's not hurting anybody. I don't even think it's deceiving, right? Like
Mm.
people are smart. They can see like, oh, you looked like this one day, you look like this the next day. Like, you know, I don't think it's that crazy. Um I don't know. I'm not like a big a big hater about it. I think in my mind, what like feels more like problematic and toxic is like when people get certain like procedures done and they're not
Mhm.
honest about it. Like if somebody were like
Mhm.
commenting on a TikTok or a video like, holy shit, your body looks amazing, and they're wearing shapewear. If it were me, I would disclose. I'd be like,
Mhm.
yeah, I look great, I feel great, but I'm also wearing shapewear. Like, this is the link.
Mhm.
Get it for yourself if you want it. That's where I think it can kind of be the issue of like lying and being like, yes, this is natural, this is my body, this is amazing, I'm so great. um
Mhm.
but it's like a tool, right? We all
Mhm.
can use makeup's a tool, hair products are a tool, going to the gym is a tool, right? Like we can use certain things to enhance ourselves, and like I'm all for that.
Mhm.
I'm all for that. I
Yeah.
think it's how you approach it, maybe.
Yeah. No, yeah, I think it's like I don't like to yuck people's yum, and if you like something and you feel awesome, it's like makeup. It's the same thing
Yes.
as like makeup. Like you could say for let's say someone who has really bad acne, lots of scarring, and they
Mm,
have dark spots, and you can truly change everything about your face and
yep.
look completely different, almost a different ethnicity. Let's be honest, people are really good with makeup, right? They like you could that's how like, you can make dark features and whatever. Not saying to do that, but I'm just saying you can look like a
Don't
completely
do
different
that.
person. Don't do that. You can look like a completely different person with makeup. So it's very
Totally.
similar. Like if you like that, like I always say, if you like something, like go and do it. But I like what you said. It's like being honest about it. Like when I get a facelift, because we know I am going to get one eventually, like I'm gonna be documenting that whole process,
Yeah,
and I'm not gonna
yeah.
be like, I'm not gonna not show my face for I don't know the next 3 years, and then show up and my face looks different, and they'll be, "What happened?" Oh, I just used some new cream.
Or
Like,
I
no, I'm
gua and
yeah, yeah,
I slept with like a satin pillowcase. Like those
literally,
things are great. Those things
yes,
help,
yes.
but a fucking facelift is a facelift.
Yes, and I think it's just being open and honest about what you're doing, and not trying to mislead or, I can't think of the word right now, but not trying to say something you're not doing or, because then
Yeah.
misleading people and that being unfair and then creating more of like, well, I'm doing it, it's not working for me.
Mhm.
Like imagine, like how we've all seen how the Kardashians say, Kim, like I didn't get a BBL, haven't had that done. But like yet we've seen her butt transform from like huge to smaller to, but then the legs don't match. Like
Yeah.
sorry, but and we've seen your workouts. You ain't doing the right kind of squats. Like, let's be honest.
I'm scared of the workouts.
I'm scared.
And it's for the people that have the influence, that have these platforms, that candidness of like documenting the process or just being open. Because at the end of the day, who the fuck cares? Okay, you got a
Right.
BBL? Awesome. That's great for you. Oh, you got a boob lift? Oh, you got, injections in your face? Whatever. That's
Hmm.
awesome for you. There are always going to be people that hate on you for anything. So who
Hmm.
cares, right? Like, who cares about that? But just being honest and disclosing is helpful for younger generations. It's helpful to not like perpetuate these unrealistic beauty standards
Hmm.
because that's where it becomes toxic. Same for
Yeah.
fitness, same for fat loss. I could in theory put up picture a before and after picture of a client and say this is from my 4-week fat burning class and blah blah blah, and it could be 2 years
Yep.
apart, but
Yep.
I could lie and nobody would know. So it's just being upfront and just not trying to like dupe people into supporting your products or certain things under false pretenses.
That's what I meant to say. False pretenses. Yes. Yeah, I agree with that. And that's just already so prevalent. Like we both know there's so many programs that show like 90-day shred or 30-day shred, and they probably have
Mhm.
not only like edited the image a little bit, but they probably had other things going on, or they probably did something a little bit more intense or whatever. Like they're not accurate. And we always say, like,
Mhm.
what's the after photo? Like what's happening
Mm.
after? because they probably, depending on how extreme the process was, they probably gained it all back and more. And
Right.
it's, but it's just being very upfront and not, not lying about what you're doing. And we're not saying if you wear shapewear, you have to constantly be like, I wear shapewear. Like,
Right.
no, like it's just like I think for people that have a platform and are saying they got this result or I think it just depends. Like if someone's asking you, "Hey, did you wear shapewear in there?" Like, "Yeah, I did." Or, just being more
Yeah.
honest about that and like maybe just breaking down the stereotype that, we can't have things maybe that aid us, like makeup, stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that. But even that, like I didn't think about there's this lady and she shows how to do it, but she tapes like right here and pulls it back. And it
Oh
gave her
my
like
God.
literally
She is really annoying because she puts like this old lady filter on. And it's like a joke, like it's a bit at this point, but she has this like old lady filter on and then she like does the tape and she's like, look, I took like 50 years off. Like, I
oh,
think there are people in the comments that still think it's real and it's a joke. Like, whatever. I'm not
yeah.
like the king of comedy, but it's fucking annoying. I'm just like, oh my God, just like be so for real. Take the filter off. Like the joke is over. It was funny the first
Yeah.
time, but I do love that face taping. Like I want to try that.
Yeah, that'll be my to-do list eventually.
Yeah, honestly, like it does wonders. And I love how she like shows it on camera. Obviously, she like makes a joke out of it, but I
Mhm.
do appreciate her showing it on camera and just like, you know, being real about using a certain product because then people don't have to fucking watch somebody who has a platform watch their content and fucking hate themselves and be like, ugh, like, why don't I look like that? Like, no matter what I do,
Mhm.
I don't look like
Mhm.
that. Cause that sucks, right? Like going on social media and
Yeah.
constantly feeling not enough, constantly feeling like you'll never look a certain way or be be able to achieve like a look, like whether it's people doing things with makeup or shapewear or they claim they're doing pilates and they're losing weight but they're actually doing like 50 million things behind the scene. I'm just
Mhm.
like about transparency. Like I'm going to mention it all and
Mhm.
not everybody, you don't have to do that, but for me it just feels like why not? Like I don't care. I have no shame. Like I'm not embarrassed or hiding anything that I'm doing. Like fucking let's talk about it.
Yeah, and I even feel like for myself, I've been making a conscious effort to like consume less because I'm like,
Mm,
why am I constantly grabbing my phone in like these moments of like quietness? And side
mm,
note, if you have not listened to like birds and like bird sounds and like raining, let me tell
mm.
you, I think you would love it, Allie, because
I
it's
do.
stimulates my vagus nerve. Like as soon as I did it, I was like, "Whoa!" I was
Yeah.
like, and I was listening to it for like 2 hours yesterday, and I'm like, I feel so tranquil. It was amazing.
It
Um,
is amazing.
it gives me the same feeling when I do like a sound bath, which is
Yes.
nice. But yeah, I constantly feel like I'm like I'm not doing enough. I don't look like this, or I'm not here with my audience amount, or I constantly feel not enough when I'm on social media. And that's
Mm,
annoying. Like I don't want to like live like that. Like
right.
why
Because
am I
do you feel that way outside of social media? Like take social media away. Does that feeling come up as much? It comes up because we're human, but does it come
not
up
as
as
much, not
much?
as much because it's not in your face.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
it's just like I am just like taking a conscious effort, like first thing in the morning. What do I do? I'm like, oh, what's going on? Why am I doing that? Like, stop. So I've
I
been
know.
reading. Well, I do red light in the morning, and trying to get back into reading before I go to bed. And but I hate when people say I'm trying to do this. Like it's you do it or you don't. I'm gonna read before bed
Yeah.
tonight. That's that. But I definitely think we all, like we all as a group need
Yeah.
to step back from our consumption and also just like who we're looking at for ideals, whether that's outfits, makeup, life, beauty, whatever, because that's really affecting, you know, how we feel about ourselves, whether that's good or bad. and is affecting like, the stuff that we want and that words are not coming to me today. I don't know
That's
what's
okay.
wrong.
No, I get it. It totally affects the way that we look at ourselves in the mirror, the way that we look at ourselves among society. Because, and
Hmm.
I saw this, it was really sad. I don't know where the original video came from, but somebody stitched it. And it was this beautiful girl. And she was saying, I'm never going to look like, and I don't know who she was referring to because I couldn't find the original video, but obviously she's talking about, I'm never going to look like this person. And why couldn't it have been me? Why didn't, I
Hmm.
think she said God. Why didn't he choose me? Why didn't he make me that way? And it really made me sad because beauty is subjective.
Hmm.
Beauty is also, there is a norm and a standard in society, which
Hmm.
we fall into. Obviously, at the beginning of the episode, you were saying, oh, she's pretty, but this other girl is prettier. But
Hmm.
that is just how society kind of views beauty, right? We have this
Hmm.
in our mind that like this is more beautiful or not. And it's hard to break out of that. It's hard to not see yourself in that somehow, and I'm not doing enough, or this is where I'm doing great but I'm also not doing great over here. I have good hair
Hmm.
but my skin sucks. I'm
Hmm.
skinny but I have acne. I look great but I'm not confident. Like there are so many ways that we're not feeling enough, and social media makes it worse. And then in some cases, I think it can also help. Once you stop following people that make you feel like shit and you start following people that make you feel awesome, or you use it to like follow awesome resources. I just recently started following this two pages. One of them that I followed for a while is Anxiety Josh, and he talks a lot about panic disorders and anxiety in general. And I love when his content comes up because it's really validating, it's really reassuring, it makes me feel good. And then I also follow this page. The organization is called No CD, so like no OCD. And Howie Mandel is actually like a big spokesperson for it because he
Oh,
deals with OCD pretty
yeah.
severely. And so I started making moves to unfollow accounts or people that don't add to my life and following ones that do add to my life. And then it makes it easier to take those breaks because we're not getting that like hit of like, oh, they're doing so amazing. Okay, what can I do more now? Versus I'm going on and I'm finding regulating tools, or I'm hearing stories that are relatable, or I'm seeing my friends' content that I actually want to see. And so I am all
Hmm.
for a social media detox. That's the only detox I want you to be doing.
Literally. I did that on my Instagram a while ago, and I still go and like unfollow people because I'm like,
Yeah.
like, I don't, this is not adding anything to my life. What gets me
Mm-hmm.
is TikTok For You page. That's
Mm-hmm.
what, that's where I get stuck in the hole. And I'm like, why do I keep reaching? Like, it's such a habit. It's a bad habit. Like, I'm
Oh,
constantly reaching for my phone. Definitely something I want to break. And I was even thinking, like, if I didn't run a business, like, would I be on social media? Like,
honestly,
was you?
I I not as much. Definitely
Same.
not as much. I like to play games on my phone. This is a reoccurring thing we talk about. I find it calming. It is a tool that I use when I feel panicky and I'm in a
Hmm.
situation that I can't get out of. It is a way for me to feel in control. This is something I can do. And it sounds silly, but whatever. Um, if it weren't for business, I wouldn't be on social media as much. But TikTok is kind of that catch all because
Hmm.
it it just sucks you in
It
like
does.
no other, and it's so easy to consume content. Oh, you're not into something? Okay, swipe, 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 swipe. My thumb gets literally, I'm like, okay, my thumb is kind of sore. That's embarrassing. Like I need to get my phone. But I also like love it. Like I find certain people that like come up on my For You page, I I love their videos. And some of the videos are amazing. And then some of the videos make me feel like shit. And it's hard.
Mm-hmm.
There's like, even if you click not interested, like show me less of this shit, it doesn't show me less. I swear it shows me more.
It's like she hates this. Perfect. Let's show her more.
Let's fuck with her head. Yeah, it's
Uh,
would you be on as much if it weren't for the business?
well, I didn't have a TikTok for a while. My sister was like, "Get a TikTok, get a TikTok." So it
Love
took me a
TikTok.
while. I know, it took me a while to get on there, and now I'm like, I hate my life. I need to be
Yeah.
off of this. So I personally think, especially this year, like I would have gotten rid of it by now. Like everything wouldn't.
Mm,
And I mean, the only like there is some good sides to it, like finding restaurants and places, and like of course that's awesome, but like Google still exists. Like we can still find these things, you know what I mean? So I
yeah.
think I would have gotten rid of it by now. And you know, it if life was different, if I didn't run a business that I absolutely loved, yeah, I would probably
Yeah.
be I think I would be off of it now for sure.
Yeah, it's so interesting to have like one of my friends, she deleted her Instagram, she deleted her TikTok. Like she just has Facebooks basically for like sharing like pictures of her baby with like family members essentially. Um and it's so funny because she is so out of the loop on like everything.
Mhm.
And she's like, I was like, oh my God, did you hear about blah, blah, blah? And she's like, girl, no, you know I didn't. I get the information from you. And I'm like, yeah, for sure. So it's just so funny because I ask her, I'm like, well, what do you like spend like your time on? Like when you're not when the baby goes down and you're winding down at night, if you're not watching TV, if you're not doing, because she's in school right now, if you're not doing homework, what are you doing? And she'd be like, oh, like sometimes like I watch YouTube reels or Facebook reels or whatever, just like watch YouTube and, whatever. And I'm like, oh, yeah, like I totally get sucked into like TikTok. I'll be like, okay, I'm going to go to bed early. And I'm like, okay, let me
Mhm.
just go on for like 5 minutes. 45 minutes later, my ass is still scrolling.
Yep.
I'm seeing all of these ads for like, and now TikTok is so saturated with ads, but it'll be for this like
Oh,
bring it back to shapewear, this like fantastic shapewear that like you string up and it snatches the waist. And I'm like, oh my God, like, do I need that? And I'm like, okay, no, you don't need that. But the ads are crazy. And because of the way that people are creating videos around the ads and how they can make money and all that sort of stuff, it just like really sucks you in even more. And I find myself, I'm like looking at all these reviews and I'm like, bet you don't need it. Don't spend money. Like, what is happening here? We've lost the
as soon
plot.
as I as soon as I see an ad next, that or
Hmm.
it's like an orange thing, the orange, I'm next. I just stop. Like
Eligible for commission.
yeah, like TikTok ads I almost left TikTok because of that. I'm like, there's just no way to get around it. Like it's just like
Yeah.
I don't want to see ads. Like I really don't want to sit here and hear this is the best thing ever or like I would die with no. Like done. Like I'm done with
Yeah.
that. But
Yeah.
yeah.
It is it is really frustrating. And it's funny because is Joel I know Joel is like not big into social media, right?
Hmm.
Okay. James is also like not doesn't really want to be on social media, doesn't care about that, whatever. Um, and I find it so funny because he gives me like boomer energy when he's like watching like Instagram reels or Facebook reels. And I'm like, I actually, you know what? I kind of wish I could be like that because that, it
Same.
seems like you're protecting your peace. And that's iconic. Whereas I am not protecting my peace and I am diving into the chaos. But
Uh-huh.
it's like addicting. Like it is hitting that part in my brain where it's like, we could do it more, more.
It's like dopamine, dopamine, keep going. Like my feed is like celebrity gossip, like like random crazy stuff, and Joel's feed is like an old grandpa shitting himself running down the street.
And if that isn't the difference,
I wish my feed was that.
low key, we might be happier, just like laughing so hard. Instead, we're getting like sucked into these unimaginable beauty standards and reality TV show drama, which we love, but we're getting sucked into it. There's no off button. And
No.
that's hard. Same with like watching makeup tutorials and different outfit inspo videos and whatever, there is no off button. Like there's constantly this pressure of, oh shit, I should try this new tutorial. I should try this new product because this influencer has acne and she's using this product and it's absolutely amazing. So I need it. And there is no
Mm-hmm.
fucking off switch. Like, does everybody relate to this, or is it just like a sect of women that are relating to this?
I would say it's a sect of women that are on social media and TikTok
Yeah,
specifically, but
right.
yeah,
What we would give to have that mindset of not like I'm just not
I
knowing. I'm just like
know.
not
I
knowing about
know.
TikTok.
And that's what I like think like eventually like, how long do you think we're gonna be able to like keep running our business where we're like dancing monkeys on social media? Let's be real.
Oh, I don't know, but promise you I will probably be, if TikTok is still around when I'm 40, I will be on TikTok at 40. Like 100%. I will. I love it. I don't care. Like it is like going back to that boyfriend that is like not the greatest and you're like, well, it's there, I know what I'm getting. Like is it great all
Mhm.
the time? No, but I know what I'm getting. And I don't
Uh,
care. You know what, sometimes this is another part of like protecting your peace. Sometimes you have to know when it's okay to like have your guilty pleasure, because if we're trying to be like so perfect and so unattached and like I'm not going to fall into the traps of anything, like that can get fucking stressful because now you're on the lookout everywhere of like i
yeah,
can't
yeah.
I can't consume that. It's like, oh my god, that is stressful too.
I would just like to lessen my consumption. That's
Lesson,
like
I like the word.
my yeah, just reduce it and not just feel like it's just hard because like we have to create content to build our
Right.
businesses and provide value for people to help their lives get better, stronger, healthier, whatever. So it's just like finding that balance, which I think when you're running your own business, there
There's no balance.
like there is no balance, but there's like we try to have balance. Like I have better like I don't give clients my phone number anymore. Like there's
Yep.
a select few that have it because they become good friends, but like I don't give that out because I don't want that in my phone. I want it like where we have or my clients can message me in the
Yep.
app. Like we keep it there. So
Yep.
I've created barriers, but like when it comes to social media, it's just like no
It's so
rules.
hard.
Like it's a
Yeah.
fun house. Like there's no rules here.
Literally, because you also have to be social on social media. Like
Yeah.
there is a component where you have to show up and show your life and not just be a boring talking figurehead. And
Yeah.
it is hard to set a boundary there and be like, okay, I'm not going to like scroll for fun. I'm just going to scroll for work. And it's like, oh my God,
Yeah.
well, this is
Well,
boring.
what what I did last night is when after I made dinner, I went my phone was like on like 3%. So I went and plugged it in the bedroom and then we ate dinner. I didn't have my phone for
Love that.
like an hour, but then had it with me because I was listening to a podcast while I was like doing my night routine. I'm like, that was a good idea. So and then I
Hmm.
kept finding myself reaching for it. And I'm like, stop it. It's like the demon, like just trying to pull me back in. Like I'm watching Love is Blind and I'm like reaching for it. I'm like, you sick person, mentally
Yeah.
sick.
Yeah, I know. I know. I relate. I'm watching my YouTube and I low key get annoyed when I'm watching it on my phone because I want to play a game on my phone while I'm watching, but I have to keep moving the screen of like the where the YouTube is so I can play my game. And oh, if that ain't my attention span going out the window,
Yeah, I don't
I don't
know
know
what
what is.
is.
Because I'm literally on my phone watching the little screen playing the game. I'm like, bitch, I am an iPad child. And I mean,
Uh,
you know what? What are we going to do? It's not the problem I'm trying to work on today.
no.
And that's okay. Like, you know what? Gotta fucking meet yourself where you are.
Mhm.
The problem I am working on today is not allowing toxic energy on my social media to penetrate the brain. That's
Mhm.
today's issue
I
that
like
we are
that.
fighting. And that's okay. sometimes we can't fucking do it all. I also get so, I don't know if this is just me, triggered by people that post their like, yeah, spend a morning with me on like on TikTok. And it's like this just like completely unattainable morning routine that I'm like, there's no fucking shot you do this every day. Like, where's the time?
Oh yeah, it was like probably like a day where they got to stay home, or a
Yeah.
day where
Yeah.
like the chef came in and they didn't have to do anything,
I'm like, girl, like where on earth is this happening? Like for the fucking
Mhm.
really rich. And great, but that is not like realistic. And then I love reading the comments of like people just being like, what the fuck? Like, why isn't this my life? Or like, how are you actually doing all of this before 10 a.m.? And it's like, well, they might not have children or they might have social
Mhm.
media for a job. So like they have to
Mhm.
show up and do that. But oh, those annoy the fuck out of me.
Yeah, you need to say not interested, move on.
I just block. Block.
That's exactly why I don't follow a lot of coaches, because
No.
I'm like, why am I not doing that? Why am I not getting as many clients? Why am I not making that content? Like, I really don't follow a lot. I think I follow maybe a handful, just
Mm-hmm.
because like we're actually friends and like I want to
Right.
support you and support your business. But like, yeah, I can't follow a lot of coaches. I can't follow accounts where they're fitness influencers. And I say fitness influencer because a coach is 1000% different than a fitness
Right.
influencer. Fitness influencer is like the ones who get paid to work out, are just branding supplements,
Yeah.
have a ridiculously unattainable body because of their lifestyle. Like those people, you won't catch me following them, because like
Nope.
I'm like, why don't I look like that? I've been lifting for how many years?
Constantly.
Constant,
Ugh.
constant struggle.
Oh, it and then also like it brings me to the, oh, I should wear cuter outfits to go to the gym. I should look better to go to the gym. I look slobbish or whatever. There's all of these other comparisons come into the brain. And then
Yeah.
I got to get real with myself. I'm like, no, we have a certain amount of time to work out. And then we got to get back to business. Like we have other shit to do, and I don't work out to look cute in the moment. Like I'm working out for my health. I'm working out to reach a goal. Like I don't
Truth.
need to be looking cute when I am working hard. Like I don't need that. But there's always that feeling of, oh, gee, I wish I looked a little bit cuter because now I've seen this thing on Instagram and now I feel like shit about myself.
Honestly, if anyone's ever seen any of my workout videos, right now I look like, I don't know, like I look like a homeless person, because I don't have heat in my gym. Like, I do have like a propane tank, thing, and I blast heat out. But
Mhm.
like, I'm wearing two pairs of sweatpants that have holes in it because I wore them at a bonfire, and one of the little fire sparks came down on my leg and burnt a hole in my pants.
Lit
But they're
your
great
ass
for,
on fire.
literally, it's like a hole like from the burn. A hoodie, a long sleeve shirt, a hat, like a lumberjack style jacket because it's cold, and that one like yeah, I have my
My
frownies on.
frownies.
Like, I look a mess when I work out, but like I'm not there to look cute, like you said. Like I'm there to get a job done, and then I get out and come to my house and then eat breakfast and go on my day. But I definitely have felt like that for a while, like when I was first starting to post more workout
Yeah.
content. It's like I don't look like them, and I'm like, you know what? It's fine. Like I'm not gonna say like I. When's the last time I bought new workout clothes? A while. Like I
Yeah.
don't. I rarely. I think I bought a shirt that's like more workouty, like before, let's see, when was it? Before we went to St. Thomas. So like when did I go to St. Thomas? In December? Yeah, end of
December.
December. So I probably bought like a month or so before that. That's like the last time I bought like new clothes. It's been a
Yeah.
while. So
Yeah.
it's just like, again, just cutting out those things that constantly make you feel like you need more and you have less, and learning to be happy with what you have.
Yeah. Yeah. Learning to be satisfied with where you are and
Hmm.
also knowing that it's okay to want to work for more. Like I remember
Yeah.
seeing this post. It was basically saying it's okay to love your body where it is, but also want to lose weight. And
Yeah.
I think that's really important because if we're constantly striving to look like someone else, to look a certain shape and not be satisfied, always chasing that number, chasing that figure, whatever it is, you're not going to be happy when you get there. So you have
Hmm.
to learn to find satisfaction and happiness at every part of the journey so that you can appreciate your body for what it's worth and what it's doing for you. And the ability to exercise and lift heavy weights and be able to carry your groceries in or carry your child. Like we often forget that yes, you're in the gym to get strong, but it's not just to like be strong in the gym. It's to like be strong in life and to do
Hmm.
shit. Like the other day,
Hmm.
I wanted to change out the carpet that or the rug that was in our living room. So I'm like moving couches, lifting them up, doing all these things. And I'm like, damn, like these are the moments where like you're glad you're strong because
Hmm.
I didn't feel like waiting around for someone to help me, and I'm just
Hmm.
stubborn as hell, so I was like, "Fucking do it myself." And those are the moments where, like, I'm so proud of this body, and, like, am I in a fat loss phase? Yes, but that doesn't mean I don't love myself right now. Do I wanna lose some fat? Yeah, 100%, but I also love what this body is doing for me right now, and I'm gonna love that body, not just because I will feel more confident, but because I'm gonna continue to work hard and I'm going to continue to support my body and it's going to continue to like not to be like all like fucking cheesy here but like walk me through life and support me. And so I'm like
Hmm.
really big on that. You don't have to just love yourself and be complacent and stay where you are. You can love yourself and also have goals and want to make changes and do things differently.
I would even say that loving yourself is to have goals and want more for
Mm,
yourself.
yeah.
You can be happy with whatever everything you have and be like, this is great, but there's always something more we can do. And it doesn't have to be
Mhm.
like obtaining more things. It could just be like, oh, I want to, maybe drink more water or get a little bit healthier, whatever it is. Like
Mhm.
those two things can occur at the same time. And loving
Mhm.
yourself, in my eyes, is wanting better for yourself. 100%.
Yes. Oh, I love, yeah, because there are some of you listening to this right now that have barely drank any water today. And so, doing something for yourself, having a goal of, okay, I'm going to drink at least 90 ounces of water. At least, like I'm going to start there. That is doing something for yourself. That is pouring into yourself. And we may think, oh, you know what? That's a smaller goal. Like, that's not a crazy goal. Like, I'm just drinking a little bit more water. But when you start to actually do it and you show up for yourself and you start with the water, and then you're like, okay, I've got the water down consistently.
Hmm.
What else can I add on to it now? And I
Hmm.
also don't, I think there are no small goals. There are no small wins. Like everything is fucking a win is a win, a goal is a goal. And
Hmm.
when you can start to achieve that and you feel better and you're doing these things for your body, you're setting yourself up for like a better future. I always think about like future Allie, future Maddie.
Hmm.
Like, what are they going to be really grateful that we did? And maybe for those listening to it, it's like your future version of yourself is really fucking thankful that you started drinking more water.
Hmm.
You started going to the gym 2 times a week. You started eating more protein, more veggies. Like, you started to do things that a year from now may seem small, but in this moment, it probably seems like a fucking hurdle. And you're like, oh my God, I can't even imagine doing that. Right?
100%. And it's just like even when it comes to the gym, like right now,
Mm,
the next Start to Lift challenge starts in March. So I'm talking to a lot of women who are like, well, how do I like how much experience do I need? And the whole point of the program is you're starting to lift from
yep.
the very beginning. And I had quite a few women tell me they're like, I'm so embarrassed, like I've no strength at all. And like, if you're worried about starting in the gym and lifting weights and you're like, I'm so weak, we all had that starting point. Allie
Yep.
had that. I had that two times over. I guess you could say three times. Like when I started gymnastics, I was super weak. Then when I
Yep.
started lifting, I was like, oh my God, I'm so weak. And then when I got sick and lost literally every ounce of muscle, I had to do it again. Start
Yep.
all the way from the beginning. So don't ever feel like I'm behind so many people. I can't start. Like we all have to start somewhere, and we all have to start with the small things and
Mm-hmm.
progressively get more and more and more. the time is going to pass anyway. Are you going to
Yep.
take advantage of that and start to invest in yourself? Or are you going to keep saying, oh, but I'm so weak. I can't do that.
Yeah.
Right?
I literally had to like restart December 2022
Hmm.
because my mental health had taken such a fucking turn for the worst. I was so unhappy with my body. I was like up 30 pounds. My metabolism was shit. Like I
Hmm.
had to start over from a place of really I was humble. I was like we were in the best shape of our lives in 2019. Then I got diagnosed with agoraphobia and then like what the fuck happened, right?
Hmm.
And so starting over is really humbling, but we also get to have the moment of like I can fucking do this 10 times, 20 times. I know that I can do this and it's always going to be hard to start, but I've shown myself that I can do it and we're great examples for people that want to start because we've done it. We've done it. We've done it twice. We've done it about 3 times like we have done it. And it's not easy to start, but
Hmm.
when you when you do it, you can't imagine not doing it. And it does take a little bit of time, but
Hmm.
I feel like by January like 2023, I was texting Kelsey and I was like, I'm like back in my place. Like I know I don't look the way I want to. I know I'm not as strong, but I am back.
Hmm.
And you'll never regret starting. Like you'll never
No.
regret it. You will regret not starting enough or sooner or whatever. Like you said, time is always moving. I always say that to my clients. I'm like, time is gonna move regardless. Like,
Hmm.
are we gonna fucking show up or are we just not because it's not the right time? Like time is a moving. Um, so I love that, especially with working with women, we get to remind them that like you're not too old to start. You're not too weak to start. You're not too far gone. Like that does not
Hmm.
exist in our world. You could be you could be 65 and you're like, "Oh, like I can't play with my grandkids, but because I can't run around, but it's like too hard to do anything." Nope. You're not too old. Like, nope. Let's use
Hmm.
Let's utilize the tools that we have to have you being able to run around and play and do certain things because that's where we want to be when we're 65. We want to be
Oh
able to
yeah.
have the freedom to travel, to be in the gym exercising, to feel good. Like I'm trying to be like a MILF and a GILF. I
What
am.
is what do you call then? Like I'm not trying to be MILF or GILF, so what do you call what I want to be?
You just want to be hot. You just want to be
Yeah.
a WILF, a woman I'd like to fuck.
Or you could say, wait,
Or hot. I don't
eh,
know.
or okay, a whole doesn't sound right. A hot old lady. Not whole, but like whole, like
Hol,
HOL, like whole
hol, hol,
old old
hol.
lady. Old- we gotta come up with a word. So if you have a word for like
You know what? You know what's going to be good for this?
what?
ChatGPT.
Oh
What would you
yeah.
call what would you call
A
someone
hot
who
older lady you'd fuck.
hot older lady that you would fuck? Yes. That is
Yeah.
what and you know what? That just might be the title of the episode, the acronym. Because we can't put fuck in the title, but we can put an acronym and
We
if you
can.
know, you know.
Well, on that note, do you have anything left to close out? Anything about shapewear,
Ah,
life, you know?
life, life and shapewear. My advice, get comfortable shapewear. There is no shame in wearing shapewear. Be cognizant about the people that you follow online. They may be wearing shapewear. So if you look at somebody's body and you're like, they didn't look like that a month ago, they might be wearing shapewear under a dress. And there is no shame in that. I'm all about
Hmm.
wearing shapewear. I will be wearing
Hmm.
shapewear to the gods on my wedding day
Hmm.
because fuck it. I want to be that bitch. I want to be tight. I want to be looking cute. And that's it. That is my Friday shapewear commentary.
Yeah. No notes. Only thing I have to add is start to lift. The next challenge starts March 11th. I will put it in the show notes. Once you get the program, you get access to all the challenges, and it's literally to learn how to lift from the beginning, from the freaking beginning. So you can have no experience, you can have no muscle. It's perfect for that. So, let me get the notes. Thank you guys so much. Shut up. Thank you guys so much for listening or watching Kind of Hot, Kind of Healthy. Please make sure to subscribe, rate, and review us so we can reach more women just like you. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, anywhere where you can stream podcasts. If you have a burning question about life, friendships, health, and 1 or 2 cents, email us at kindahotpod@gmail.com. That's KINDAHOTPOD@gmail.com. Bye.
Bye.